I think that's better. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Tales from the Midnight Diary. My name's Gemma and I'm coming to you for goodness knows how much longer from my home in Kent, where I live with my husband, my son and our animals. It's only been a week since the last podcast episode, which might seem a bit bizarre. It's not going to be a very long one, but I've got a couple of finishes I wanted to share with you. So welcome if you're a new viewer, lovely to have you here. If you're a returning viewer, pick yourself up off the floor in shock and welcome back. So I've got two finishes to share with you this week. The first one was hot off the needles the very next day after the last podcast, and it was the Artemis hat test knit by Penny Baker Knits, which I was working in 100% Romney DK yarn from Heart's Delight Farm, which is the new single flock producer that my day job is working with. For those of you who don't know, I'm currently, not for much longer, the manager of the yarn dispensary in Faversham in Kent. We are recruiting. If you know anyone who might be a good fit to take my job, then let me know, let them know. Anyway, let's put some pictures up for you because in true Gemma style I've lost it. I even did the blocking on a balloon thing for this. Well, so far I've kind of put it on a balloon. I haven't actually done a wet block yet, so I haven't seen how the yarn behaves. But here's some pictures anyway. I absolutely love this hat. I love the design, I love the fit. I wasn't sure about the decreases, they're quite rapid to the top, but it does mean the cable goes all the way to the top. And actually when you put it on a balloon and therefore see how it's going to look on a head, because I did the smallest size, it's too small for my head. And I haven't put it on my small person yet to get pictures of it on a person. It actually looks really, really great, and it really does look like, the feathery bits of arrows in bows and arrows, which I thought was very Artemis-y. So yeah, absolutely love it. Really easy to follow pattern, really clearly written, and I'm really looking forward to the release of it so I can share it with you. So that's by Penny Baker Knits. So when I had finished the hat, I found that I had a lot of, I say the next day, it wasn't the next day actually, I'm telling a complete and utter lie. It was the Thursday evening on my way to work. We have a free meet and make session every Thursday. Everyone's welcome to attend. It's a really lovely, welcoming, inclusive group. And we do tea, coffee, cake, and we do gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, all the frees if you want, to cater for everybody. But I got stuck in traffic. Some poor soul had a bad accident, and so I had my engine in park, so I knitted and I finished the hat. I think I had 2 rounds of decreases to go when I got to work. So this is not a very Gemma thing to do at all, but I'd only taken one project with me to work because I thought I'd only have time to work on one and I needed to make sure that I got that hat finished. So I hadn't packed anything else. And you might think, well, working in a yarn store, you could just pick up some new yarn. I was trying not to do that, but I had so much left of this one hank of the DK from the hat. So I thought I would cast on something new. And so I did. Last Thursday, or Thursday before, or maybe I had done this. I'm really confused now as to what I showed you last time. Thursday after I podcast. No, I've got no idea what's happened to time. Time's weird, doesn't matter. I cast on the line dried mini me and it is already finished. It's taken me just over a week to do. So yeah, I've just finished the button bands 10 minutes ago, and isn't it gorgeous? There we are. There we are. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I think I podcasted on the Thursday, maybe. I don't know. And there we are. So I did the 6 to 12 month size, which is the first size, and I have this much left of my second skein. I haven't weighed it yet, but it's not insignificant. It's probably around about 20-25 grams. So yeah. And I just love it. It was such a fun pattern to knit. It's by Sue Stratford, who is knitting in gin. Comes in 2 versions. You've got the line dry cardigan, which is the adult version, and the line dried mini me, which is the version I've just done now. It's really cute. I'm actually going to see if Mina will have baby Nova model it for us, because I think that's going to be super cute. This isn't blocked yet, as you can see. It wants to kind of pick up a bit at the bottom, and it's flipping a little bit at the back, but I think once it's had a gentle blocking, it's going to just bloom beautifully. It's going to finish beautifully. I'm really, really thrilled with this. So there you go. 2 finishes in single flock yarn. Now I'm quite inexperienced, I guess would be the way to put it, when it comes to non-superwash proper woolly yarn. I've not used Romney before. I felt Romney before, and to be honest, I hadn't liked the feel of it, but I really like the feel of this one. It's spun by the mill associated with Blacker Yarns. 1 second. So it's really well spun, and it feels really lovely to use as well, and I would definitely use it again. The fact that I did the hat and then thought immediately I have to cast something else on and knit a whole garment. I mean, yes, I know it's a baby garment, but still, that's a whole garment start to finish in just over a week. I'm just so thrilled with it, and I'm really excited to try more sort of woolly wools out as well. That said, my next 2 projects I've got to share with you are on superwash. I think I shared this with you last time. It hasn't actually had any more work, but after recording this, I'm going to sit down and carry on with the sleeve. So this is the Flax by Tin Can Knits. I've knit it in the 2 to 4 years. I'm wondering if actually I did make it a little bit longer than the pattern called for, but it doesn't seem particularly long still. And I'm using Rowan Pure Wool Superwash Worsted, and there's a lot of my hair knit into this as well, because, you know, like a project knit with love has to be knit with your hair too, right? Nature's nylon, there we go. So yeah, I've literally just picked up under the arms, and I need to work on that as well. Absolutely loving that pattern. I can see several more of those in my future. I'm not going to be teaching that class anymore because obviously I teach it at the yarn dispensary, and I don't know what's going to happen when we move, but we'll see. So the other thing that got some love this week, or this weekend I should say, is my Winwick Mum Winter Icicle sock. As you can see, I have finished the gusset and I'm zooming down the foot. And now this is going to be a sock for me, I think, for once. So I actually don't have that far to go because my feet are only little. So I think I've probably got about another 3 inches and then the toe. So this should be done fairly swiftly as well. I really like the Winwick Mum colourways because they're not a set stripe, but they're also not really Fair Isle-y either. They're a kind of happy medium that I really, really enjoy. So these are available at the yarn dispensary for £8.95 a ball, depending on the colour you buy, because we held off doing the price increases. And yeah, I really like those. I actually just did some hand washing today, and that's kind of what I want to talk about is washing your knits and how superwash versus non-superwash. Now, I knit a lot with superwash yarn. I love the feel of it. I know some people find it a little bit slick feeling, but I actually really enjoy it. I enjoy the feel of it on my body. I enjoy the feel of it in my hands when I'm knitting with it. And I love the fact that you can bung it in the machine and it will 9 times out of 10 be absolutely perfect afterwards. Now, my washing machine, one of the kind of, you know how it's got like, those of you who have washing machines, they've got the drum, and in the drum there's like these humps that I don't know, that things get caught on sometimes and it stops. I don't know what the purpose of the humps are. But, and you pull it around, you spin it with the humps. Anyway, one of the humps has come off, and that means there's a bit of raw edge, which my knitwear's been getting caught on, and I've been getting like pulls in my knitwear. And so I said, right, okay, no more washing knits in the washing machine until we get this fixed. So it's been waiting in a basket for ages for me to hand wash it, and I just could not be bothered. But when I was in Torquay house hunting over Easter, we popped into Purple Valley Crafts, and they had, I have to put the name of it here, I think it's Eucalyptus, but I can't be certain. They had hand wash stuff that you don't need to wash out in the grapefruit smell, and I thought, okay, I'll get a little bottle of that and I will finally do my hand washing. Well, today I finally did it. I pulled out the hand wash stuff and I did a whole bathtub full of knits. There was one that I whipped out really quickly, because I thought, oh, this colour is not fast. And that was a Fibre Spates one in a really beautiful, vibrant blue. And it was the little garden gnome sweater that Mina had knit for, it's her design, it's a beautiful design, and Mina had knit it for Robin for his birthday. I'll put a picture of him wearing it here. So I did whip that one out very quickly, and I didn't leave strong colours in to soak with not so strong colours, because I have been stung like that before. I had a skein of Martina's Lab yarn, it's my only skein, and I hand washed the socks with everything else, and it just turned everything bright teal and pink and ruined everything. And I was, yeah, it's my own silly fault. I should have washed it on its own first as a strong colour. So yeah, so I've done a load of washing there, and washed socks and washed Robin's socks and hung them out. And what was really interesting was the way everything felt. So I had superwash yarn jumper in 4-ply, which came out, which did feel fairly heavy, but the one that felt incredibly hefty was it was superwash technically, pure Shetland wool from West Yorkshire Spinners, the Croft. I did the Weekender. I'll put a picture up of me wearing it if I can find one here. And this is the first time, it's been machine washed before, but it's the first time it's been hand washed. Oh my goodness, it was so heavy when it came out. Really, really heavy. And I've had to put towels under the area, because although I did squeeze them very gently, because you mustn't wring them and agitate them, because that will cause the felting, and then I rolled them up in towels and squeezed them again, it was like a waterfall on my area. So I had to put towels and things underneath it. But the sheer weight of this jumper was truly phenomenal. And I know that non-superwash, if you have a non-superwash yarn and you sort of drip water on it, it just kind of beads and sits on the top. It's really, I'm really interested to see what this is like when I wash it, because I am going to properly wet block it rather than steam it. Full disclosure, my iron has not been out since I recorded that how to block your knits video. I stopped ironing when I was pregnant because I was told not to, and I haven't picked up the iron since, and I'm a little bit worried that if I try and use the steam function, it will just go and like spit lime scale over everything, because I haven't a chance to clean it either. So you needed to know all that, didn't you? Aren't you glad you know how disgusting my iron's probably gone? We're in a really hard water area, so you use your kettle once, your brand new kettle once, and it's like coated in limescale. That's really interesting, actually. When I was down in Devon, my hair felt like straw, and it turns out it's because the water is so soft. So I had to use, my mother-in-law gave me something called Aveeno oil, I think. If it might not have been Aveeno, it might have been something else. Anyway, she made me put oil in my hair. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's going to be so greasy. Anyway, it's really lovely. But there we go. So come back for Gemma's beauty tips. So that's it, really. There's something really pleasant about seeing all your hand knits hanging on the era. I didn't lay them all flats. I thought I was going to be tempting the bank holiday weather too much. It's bank holiday here. If I did that. But it's been really nice. Since I last spoke to you, we found a house. We've bought a house. We've bought a house without actually setting foot into it ourselves, which is slightly scary. And so we've gone from feeling stressed at trying to find a house to suddenly feeling completely overwhelmed with everything that has to be done. And I'm finding a lot of solace in my knitting at the moment. Anyway, so what have we been up to? Not a lot, but also a lot, as I say, house things, work things, and planning. People have started asking me what's happening with the diary. I am planning on bringing the Midnight Dyery back, but I need to get into my new home and sort out my dye space first. We do have a downstairs wet room utility in the new home, so there is the possibility that I can use something there. And it's got a nice big garden as well, so there's definitely options, but I need to get in and suss it out, because what I don't want to do is turn my kitchen into the worktop of many colours again, like I have with this one. So I do need to kind of figure that out. But the diary is going to be coming back. Dyeing is my happy place. I've got projects on the go with Mina and Penny and exciting things happening, and I want to do my advent calendars again this year. A Merry Musical Christmas, and this is the kind of, now that's what I call Christmas type thing, but I can't call it that because obviously that would be trademarking, and yeah, people in the music industry would get very sad. We don't want people to be very sad. But basically that's the theory. Rather than sort of the traditional songs, we're going for the kind of the party vibes now. Yeah, So that's going to be really good fun. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, that's it really. Short, sweet. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. What are you working on at the moment? I would absolutely love to know. I hope you've had a good week. And also, what's your favourite fibre to work with? Obviously, I'm sort of finding new loves that, you know, there is more than just merino and Shetland yarn in the world. I would love to hear what your favourite fibres are to work with and why as well. What should I try next? Maybe you can tell me. Take care.